Suffolk Public Schools, located in Suffolk, Virginia, is a district of 21 schools, high school specialty programs, and delivers excellence in K-12 public education for approximately 14,000 students. Building the best SPS ensures that all students are equipped with the skills to succeed as productive citizens in the local, national, and global society. Welcome to the SPS STARcast podcast, where we sit and chat with some of our students and staff to discuss the new, now, and what's happening in Suffolk Public Schools.
I'm Stenette Dickens, the Communications and Community Engagement Officer for Suffolk Public Schools. Today, we'll be talking about the specialty programs in our division. We have a total of 5 specialty programs. We have the Center for Performing and Production Arts, the Governor's School for the Arts, the International Baccalaureate Program, and our 2 Project Lead the Way programs, Project Lead the Way Biomedical Sciences and Engineering. Joining us this afternoon, we have Mr. Andre Skinner, our Director of Career and Technical Education, and the 2022-23 Project Lead the Way Outstanding Administrator, in addition to Mr. Stenette Byrd IV, a junior student at Nansemond River High School in the Project Lead the Way Engineering program. Welcome. Thank you both for taking the time to sit and chat with us today. We'll jump right on in. Mr. Skinner, tell us, what is Project Lead the Way? What is this PLTW we keep hearing about?
PLTW, Project Lead the Way, Suffolk Public Schools. Project Lead the Way is actually a program that it empowers our students to be able to step into the roles of engineers, future engineers, or future biomedical science professionals. The depth of the program gives them an opportunity to have challenging and real-world exercises, which actually gives them an opportunity to produce and better perform as collaborative thinkers later on in their careers.
And how many Project Lead the Way specific programs are there in this district? Are there just the 2?
Suffolk Public Schools has 2 programs, 2 Project Lead the Way programs. Of course, they are the engineering program located at Nansemond River High School, and we have the Biomedical Sciences program located at Lakeland High School.
So can you tell us a little bit about each program? What are the students experiencing in these classes?
It's funny you ask, and we have SB fourth here. It's really funny because it's great to see the students, like from the engineering and the biomedical sciences program, come in as freshmen. They come in with prescribed programs or pathways inside of all of their 4 content areas, and then each year they take a brand new Project Lead the Way course. So if they started with Introduction to Engineering Design and Engineering, and then by their senior year they're inside of the Engineering Design and Development course, where then they go in and they start to research, identify a problem, research it, test it, design it, and then present it out to a panel of engineers. Inside of your biomedical program, it's the same process. They start with innovations or principles or whatever that program starts, and then they're going to end with biomedical for their capstone, where they're given their white coats, but they're also into getting the research and solutions to problems that are in the biomedical sciences world.
So the goal of Project Lead the Way ultimately is to prepare today's students for tomorrow.
Correct. And
to get them ready for the workforce.
Yes.
So students in the biomedical science program, as you mentioned, are studying topics like outbreaks, diseases. They're even doing prosthetic design, DNA analysis. So they're really getting real-world hands-on experience. So real to the point where they're also receiving a module, an 18-day module on COVID-19.
Crazy, right? High school students.
Absolutely.
High school students.
Absolutely. And in the engineering program, like you mentioned, they're learning to think outside of the box, adopt a problem-solving mindset, and the curriculum engages those students to help them become better collaborators.
Perfect. One of the best times that I get as a director is being able to go and watch them develop from freshmen into their senior years, trying to identify project areas where they're kind of going to perform, and then when they do those capstones, it's really magnificent to sit back and watch how they've matured, transitioned, and how they're products at the end are going to affect the community in some way, shape, or form in the future.
Absolutely. So these programs wouldn't be as outstanding as they are without our two Project Lead the Way teachers.
Shout out to the teachers.
Shout out to the teachers, Miss Sarah McDonald
Yes.
and Miss Dawn Roundtree.
They get it in. Two great teachers. We are blessed to have those individuals that have taken a role as mentors to kind of jump in with students like Ivy and kind of motor them all the way through. They come in as freshmen, and by the time they leave, they've kind of gone with their cohorts back and forth through a lot of different problems. They kind of studied themselves from the seed, the wishing and the washing, and then they go in and they, at the end, the production that they give you, the communication, the collaboration that they do inside of all of these projects with the assistance of the teachers kind of just pushing them to just be better. We couldn't have two better individuals teaching our youth in that Project Lead the Way program.
Absolutely. In addition to you receiving the Outstanding Administrator Award last school year, both teachers, Ms. McDonald and Ms. Roundtree, received the 2022-2023 Outstanding Project Lead the Way Teacher Awards.
Yes. So just to talk a little bit about that, every platform or every piece of this opportunity is kind of piggybacking off of another opportunity. In order for the teachers to actually be distinguished and get that platform and be awarded Most Outstanding Teachers, it first has to come through the students like Ivy. So looking at the percentage that students are actually enrolling in our programs, looking at the end-of-year course testing and their proficiency in their assessments, and the amount of Project Lead the Way courses that they take in their tenure kind of gives the edge to the teachers to kind of say, well, I'm producing this product, I have a hand in doing this, and by doing that, once the teachers win those absolute awards, then it kind of trickled back down to me. So I got to be honest and just say my award was initiated by this gentleman right here, and then
yes.
Ms. Roundtree and Ms. McDonald kind of piggyback off of their success, and then it ends up being a success for the entire school district, which then creates some difficult enrollment opportunities or difficult enrollment problems for us, which is a good problem to kind of make certain that we still have more Project Lead the Way students to follow in their direction.
Right, and I want to add on to that there were only 59 teachers nominated across the United States.
Suffolk Public Schools is in the building.
We're on the map.
We are.
We are. So, like you said, this is a trickle-down effect,
Yes.
right? So, with the help of the teachers,
Yes.
the Project Lead the Way programs at Nansemond River and Lakeland High School allowed the schools to receive the Distinguished School recognition during the 2020-2021 school year, 2021-2022 school year, and the 22-23 school year. Last year made the 5th recognition in a row for both of the schools.
This is my 6th year in this role, and 5 out of the 6, Project Lead the Way students and the staff, Ms. McDonald and Ms. Roundtree, have performed exceptionally well. In order to get an award like that for the schools, at least 25% of your students should be enrolled in Project Lead the Way programs. And if not, then at least 33% of the students who are enrolled in the programs have to see a certain level of proficiency on their end-of-year course, and throughout their tenure from 9th grade to their senior year have taken at least 2 Project Lead the Way courses. It just so happens our program is developed in such a way, they not only take 2 programs, the minimum normally is like the 4 in biomedical sciences, and I think 4 or 5, and then it's the 6 in the engineering program. So they get a heavy dose every year, with the 11th grade in the engineering program having 2 Project Lead the Way courses. And then, of course, ending with that capstone. So a lot of practice, a lot of mistakes are made, but that's how the best ideas and the best products are generated for this team, which turns into a learning process. And then at the end, you see why they have become a distinguished program in each one of these high schools.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I want to switch gears just a little bit and speak to Ivy for a moment.
Let's go.
So we can get the student perspective on what it's like to actually participate in a Project Lead the Way program. All right. So which program are you enrolled in again? It's Project Lead the Way Engineering.
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you enjoy the most about this program?
I'd say what I enjoy the most would be the bond we get, the personal bond with our classmates and our teachers. Like, through the years, like, our teacher, Miss Roundtree, gets like a more personal experience, and she knows like what we might struggle with and what we might not struggle in and it helps her like teach us better. And then being in the same classroom with I don't know, I want to say 20 something different kids helps. Like, and we've all been together since day one. It makes like a family in the classroom.
Nice. And so, can you just explain to us why programs like this are so important and so essential for students to take advantage of?
I'd say even if you aren't planning to like go into that career field, I know some of the kids in our class aren't, but it's like I feel like it's a good opportunity because you get to be more hands-on than most courses. Like, we'll learn about something and then we'll actually build it and we can see it work. You see your work come true. Like, freshman year, for example, we used software like AutoCAD, and we were able to make stuff and then be able to 3D print it and see like what we can change if something didn't go right. So I think just being able to see what you learned come true helps a lot.
So you're building things, you're getting that hands-on experience. What so far has been one of your favorite projects in this engineering program?
My favorite project would have been, I think it was the latest one, it would have been our architecture styles project, where each person in the class picked a different architecture style, and then, so at first we would learn about them. We went through all of them, but someone saying like, explaining the architects and looking at pictures, you can't really get a feel for it. But then after, everyone in our class would make one of the architecture styles and we could look around and see them. It was like, it made it easier to be able to recognize one of them from just a picture.
Okay, nice.
I was just wanting to jump in because I've seen this young man from the 9th grade year in the intro course all the way up to the 11th grade year now. And just recently had the opportunity maybe 2 weeks ago to go in and kind of see how the classroom is performing. We did some tours throughout the program, and hearing him say that here is making me happy because we know what we're doing is actually working. And we were able to also see some of the projects that they produced. So it's great to hear it from the students that are actually conducting experiments or creating these processes, and then hearing how much he's learned. I'm excited about it. Can't wait till his senior year so we can see what he's going to do for his final project. Good job, brother.
And sometimes that's so necessary. So to hear the student perspective and to know that what you're doing is working, you're truly making an impact in their learning experience. So, Ivy, what are your plans after high school?
After high school, I originally knew I wanted to do something behind engineering. I feel like that was my strong suit, math. Like, I kind of stayed away from history and all that. I wanted to do something like more hands-on, like working. And then after I went through the program, like, since it's it's not just one class. We go through 5 different classes throughout the 4 years, seeing like all the different types of engineering help. And I think my favorite has to be like mechanical engineers. I saw the one we did in class. It was like they just broke stuff for fun, and they saw the relationship and how something could break. Like being able hands-on and do stuff like that. I feel like that's where I'll end up going.
You wanted to chime in on that too, Mr. Skinner?
This guy's a project guy. I know he does a lot of building as well, and just having conversations with him, going through the courses. Being able to kind of go in, 3D print. I think he 3D printed a piece to I can't remember, was it a bicycle or something?
It was a flashlight, yeah.
A flashlight, yeah, I remember. And that was like, what year was that?
That was last year.
Last year. So just seeing him make practical adjustments and thinking outside of the classroom is what we're trying to do. And I think when he spoke to the collaborative cohort that he came in with, and it's easy to get inside of these cohorts and just start getting comfortable, but they're also switching cohorts or switching the partners that they work in within the cohorts to kind of get different ideas and different lenses. So just seeing it, it's amazing to watch, just coming from the youth. But I love it, man, and I just want them to keep it up and kind of make us even look like we're making better decisions based on their feedback.
Definitely. Now, the class that you're in, Ivy, is civil engineering and architecture
Yes, ma'am.
right now.
Yes.
And then next semester you'll take a different course.
Yes, I don't know what it is yet, but it'll probably be fun like the rest of them.
Right, that's it.
Digital digital
It's digital something. It has to-
engineering, digital electronics.
Yeah, because I've seen like last year I saw the 11th grade class, the class of 2024. I saw them one day. It's like computer components, like making circuits and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that class.
Nice. So to get an idea of the actual course schedule and descriptions, please take the chance to look at our programs of studies, which can be found on our Suffolk Public Schools website. So again, we just want to thank Mr. Skinner and Mr. Byrd, Ivy here, for sitting down with us to share with us some insight about Project Lead the Way and what it does for our students and how it benefits our students as they prepare for the workforce. For more information on the biomedical sciences or the engineering program, please visit our SPS website at www.spsk12.net. See you next time on the next episode of our SPS STARcast.